and I'm back with a new video, but this time we're playing something new. We're playing a strategy game, my favourite strategy game. It's from Paradox Development Studio, and it's a grand strategy called Europa Universalis IV. And the aim of the game is you take control of any one of the nations that are in the 15th to the 19th, no, 15th to the 18th centuries. 18th? Yeah, that's right. 15th to the 18th centuries, and you basically lead them to victory against all the others. Kind of. It's very much a war-focused game, but there's like heavy aspects of economics, and also there's not as much politics in it actually. Well, I guess there is. There's a lot. Well, yeah, there is. There's a lot of like diplomatic stuff you can do, and that's kind of cool. So similar games to this, also made by Paradox, because they're only like the similar games to this game are made by the same studio. They're Crusader Kings 2, Victoria 2, and Hearts of Iron 3. All very good titles, but are much harder to play and understand than Europa Universalis IV. So you can see you can pick any one of these nations across the world. You could play as the Chinese Ming Empire, or you could play as the Congo in Africa, or you could even play as one of the Native American tribes, such as the Cherokee. But I'm gonna play today because European civilizations are the most interesting, I think. I'm going to be playing one that's not too easy but not too hard. So I think we'll either want to play as Holland, perhaps, or Lucca. And in fact I think that I might play Lucca. I think that would be an interesting playthrough, because Lucca kinda sounds like Luke, I guess, in a way, if I was Italian, I guess, maybe. But also because it's only a one province minor, as they're called in this game. A country with one province is called a one province minor. Surrounded by a lot of much larger powers, and I think that's going to be a nice aspect of difficulty, but without it being impossible. So yeah, Lucca. I think that's who we'll play as. We're a Western nation, which means our technology level advances at normal rate. Like if you're a Muslim nation, that's not a Muslim, your technology is 40% more expensive, and this like gets progressively worse the further east you get. See, Chinese are 60% more, or in the case of Native Americans it's a lot more, 250% more expensive, which is ridiculous. So we're going to be advancing quite fast. We're a Catholic nation, and we're not a vassal of anybody, so that's good. We're independent, which is good. We've got some cool ideas which you unlock with these monarch points. You can see if I choose, for example, Holland, each ruler has their own... The ability of the ruler determines how many monarch points you get in administrative, diplomatic and military. That isn't showing on ours because we are a republic, so we get just assigned a random ruler at the start of the game, and we don't know his stats yet. But those points go towards technology and also towards these ideas that give you bonuses, such as cheaper mercenaries or other stuff like that. So with no further ado, I think we're gonna jump in. We're gonna start at the earliest start date, 1444, and yeah, we're gonna play. Cool. So this is probably my favourite strategy game. I've played about 700 hours of this now, so I should be good at it. I've not played it for a couple of months because I've been having some computer issues with overheating, because I've just moved to uni, and the environment and the dust all built up. But it's all okay now, so I should be able to play this no problem. So the first thing we're going to do is, because we're like such a lone state in troubled times, in a tough area to survive, we're going to try and make some friends. But in order to make friends, we need to first see who are going to be our enemies. And so we can see here that you need to pick rivals. You need at least one rival not to have a penalty to your power projection, which is this. And that gives you, well, I don't really know what it gives you except for those bonuses listed there. A leader without any military point upkeep, or extra monarch points. And also, if you don't have a rival, it impacts on your score, which we don't want, because the score is how you win the game. So rivals, who have we got? So we can see, if we zoom out a little bit, our neighbours are Florence, Ferrara, Milan, and Genoa. But we on the wider edge we got the Papal States, Venice, Savoy, and Aragon. But and Siena. But our immediate threats are probably going to be Ferrara, because they've set us as a rival. You can see here their attitude towards us is rivalry, and they don't like us at all. So I think we might go ahead and rival them back. Yeah, let's do that. So that you get a lot of benefits from doing it, like you get more like more friendly with their enemies, which is awesome, and you get all this other stuff too. So we're going to rival them. We don't need to pick any others, but I think I might anyway. Go to my country. I'm going to rival Siena because they're only a one province state too, and they'll be quite easy to take over, I imagine. Florence hates me for some reason because they want my province. Milan quite likes me, which is rare. I've not had that before. Hopefully they don't ally with Florence or someone else. The Papal States also quite like me, so that's two big allies nearby. Savoy want to dominate me. We could build up relations with Austria, because they are the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, which we're a part of currently. So they might be a useful ally, because they'll protect us from any threat. But I think we're going to start working on Milan, definitely. And also the Papal States. And why not, I'll send a diplomat to Austria too. We actually get... I'm just going to turn the I don't know how loud the music is, so I'm just going to turn it down a bit. There we go. I think that'll be better. Austria... We got a third diplomat, that's what I was going to say. We get a third diplomat because I'm a republic. An oligarchic republic. See, oh no, yeah, an oligarchic republic, which means you get a free diplomat and all these other bonuses, like a better tax rate, which is awesome. Okay, moving on. So you can have advisors which boost how many monarch points you get a month. You can see our leaders' monarch points here, 3, 4, 1, which is kind of average. It's not great for military at all. But administrative and diplomatic's pretty good, so we don't want him to die that early on, or get unelected. But you can get advisors for money that boost these and also give you other bonuses like better reputation diplomatically, or better discipline for your army. But that's a lot of money for such a small nation as us, because we're only making 1.65 a month, and that's 1.0, so that's most of our income. So we're not going to do that yet. We're going to look at our missions. One of them is to form an alliance with Milan, so we'll take that one. And then if we get that, we get a reward, better diplomatic reputation again. So that's awesome. You can see we've got quite a small army here, with 5,000 troops, 4,000 infantry, 1,000 cavalry. I'm going to assign a leader to make it more effective. We'll see what our ruler's like. It's 2 fire, 1 shock, 1 maneuver and no siege. That's not great. We'll try and recruit one. 4 shock and nothing else. That's not great, but the shock is like what you want early game really. Because fire, you don't really have any guns in this part of the game, so you want shock rather than fire, but later on fire's better than shock. So I'm going to pick that guy, just because I don't think there'll be too much warfare near the start. Here's our navy. We've got, these are the 4 types of ships: heavy ships, these are trade ships, light ships, galleys, which are like your basic fighting ship, and transports. Got 2 trade ships, and to protect trade in Genoa, and that'll boost our income that we get from trade. I don't want to go into it too complex because it's confusing. So the rest of our navy is fine, we'll just leave it there. Okay, so we're going to start the timer now. I usually play on speed 4 because it gets a lot done quite quickly but without being too demanding on your PC. So we're ticking the turns down now. You can see everything's moving, all these alliances start happening. Austria's actually got quite a lot of allies already, which is quite usual for the Emperor. Autosaves every, I think I've got it set to every 5 years. Most people have it yearly, but it annoys me for this reason, because it takes a while. Come on. Doesn't usually take this long in fairness. There we go. Alright, Milan still like me. I was worried that they'd suddenly want my province. Okay, so we've paused here automatically. So, for years now, imperial authority over the Kingdom of Italy has been waning. Successive emperors failed to impose their will on the Italian states, and large areas that are formerly part of the empire have been lost to Venice, here, and the Papal States, here, who reject the empire's right to them. Unless northern Italy is brought firmly back into the empire, the states there may slip out of imperial control forever. So basically, if the Holy Roman Emperor doesn't reconquer all these provinces, in addition to these too many things, Umbria and Ancona and Romagna and Urbino. Is Urbino in the empire? Nope. Needs to conquer Urbino too. So they need to come back into the empire, otherwise all our states in Italy get to leave, basically, by 1490. So that's good. I don't know whether we want to leave or not. We'll decide later on. Because it's good for protection, but at the same time you're like trapped under the Emperor. Which I guess isn't too bad. Not early game anyway. Late game it becomes a bit of an issue. So we're just going to let the game tick a bit, because we need to build up some good reputation with our potential allies. How easy will it... Oh! Milan already want to ally with me. So we'll get that immediately. There we go. We're now allied with Milan. And we got our diplomatic reputation. Which is a mission for us to improve our prestige, which is quite hard, so we're not going to take that one. There's also a mission to placate France. Placate France? However you pronounce it. So France's rep needs to be... we need our rep with France to be 100. So that's 75 more, that's very achievable. And we get 5 prestige and 25 diplomatic power, so we might as well do that. We could also ally with France, because France are very powerful. But if we do that, we won't get an alliance with Austria, so... because they probably hate each other. Yeah, they're rivals. And enemies. Okay. What about the Papal States? They are indifferent to me, I think. Oh no, they want an ally. They want an alliance with me. Okay, brilliant. So now we've got 2 strong allies on our borders. In that case, how many diplomatic slots have we taken up? We've taken up 2 out of the 4 that we can have without penalty. How are Austria looking? Ah, they don't want me anymore. Neither do France. Apparently the Papal State are so powerful that that it puts anyone else off allying with me. So we'll cancel that with Austria. And France will keep doing for the mission. So who could we attack first? I think we could comfortably conquer Siena. Probably. who are Florence's rival. How would we get there? That's the only thing, because I would need access through Florence's borders. Or through Modena, who hate me. But they also hate Siena. No, I don't think we could probably do that. If we fabricate claims on Florence, we might be able to get the Papal State and Milan to come help us, because they don't have any allies yet. Let's do that. We'll fabricate claim on Pisa, because that'll give us another port, which is always good. So now, we're doing okay actually. The Papal States want military access, so we'll let them have that. Because we want them to be friends with us. They're at war, I think. With Navarra, France and Castile. They're not going to win that. I'm calling that out now, that they will not win. If they do now, it's going to be really... Okay, so what do Milan think of me? They view me as an ally in a defensive alliance, which is okay, but we want them to actually love us, and they don't. That's really sad. So this here is, as the Catholic faith, you get cardinals, and if you have a cardinal, you can invest papal influence that you gain monthly and yearly in order to influence who's going to become the next pope. So your cardinal can become the pope, and then you can do these things. You can call for crusades on non-Christian countries, and you can also excommunicate countries. I think that gives you a bonus to attacking them, possibly. Can't remember it entirely. England want military access? Yeah, sure, why not? Don't know why they'd want to come here, but... okay, so you get random events like this all the time. This is a negative one. Our production research is flawed. The new techniques in our production are rumoured to be flawed. Several leading nobles argue that we should discard them and go back to the old and tried methods instead. So either they must be right and we lose 50 admin points, or we ignore them and lose prestige. We're going to do that. We're going to lose prestige. Because prestige, we're not too worried about yet. If we were any larger, then possibly. But we're only a small nation, not station. And that was a mix of state and nation, I think. How's Milan doing? They're doing well. Right, because we're going to want to attack these guys pretty soon. Oh no, they've allied with France. That's not good for us. Austria still don't like me. Okay, we're going to build up our army a little. We've got some spare cash knocking around. So we'll build 2 more infantry units. 2,000 more troops. And if France gets very annoyed with the wars going on, their war exhaustion will go up and they won't want to fight anymore. So they would not join a war against us if we invade Florence. So we need to hope that France starts losing some battles, which doesn't look like it's happening at the moment. They're doing quite well, which sucks for us. But they are fighting 2 wars at once, one of which they appear to be losing, as England has a lot more troops than they do at the minute. Don't know how England have got that many troops across the sea, actually, but oh well, who am I to question? Alright, so we're gonna watch what we can of this war. It's not looking good for the Papal States. Oh dear. Right, we've got our army ready. So let's have a look. Florence. So we could invade them now. Okay, France would not join their war because of war exhaustion. However, none of these guys would join our war, which kind of sucks. Is there any... who are the rivals of... Alright, so the only rivals of Florence are the people who hate me. So we're not going to find much in the way of love from them. And Milan don't like me quite enough to join my war, which sucks as well. Ah, we placated France, which is awesome. We'll take this mission because it's the only one that's there. We can always drop it if we don't like it later. So we're just gonna look through the diplomatic menu. In fact, no, we're not. Alright, so the Papal State, if they weren't in a war, would they want to join this war? Yes, because they hate Florence with a passion. They would join. But also, if they weren't in that war with France, France would also join, I imagine, which would not be good. Okay. Defensive attitudes give you a big penalty to people joining your war, which is not good. We're going to fabricate a claim on Siena then, because they have an evenly matched army to us. We could probably take them on, I think. We'll find out. So who's winning these wars? England is beating France, surprisingly. That doesn't usually occur. And they're losing the war against Aragon too. Yeah, wow, Aragon I expected to lose. Alright, so this is a positive one. This year looks to be such a prosperous year that our leader, Massimiliano Nobili, as a gesture of goodwill, has decided to celebrate by arranging various festivities for the locals. So, we could gain a base tax or gain a stability. Stability would be good. We don't have any currently. But base tax is permanent, whereas stability is not. We'll take the base tax, because it'll bring us in more cash. Quite a bit more. We'll recall our diplomat from France. Florence seemed to be still at war. England? Hopefully they'll take some of their troops away on boats, which is possible. They could do that, and then we could invade them then. That would work. Oh, Austria declared war on Bavaria. Go here. Ooh, sorry, it kind of lags when you move the camera around. So we can pick a new... It's the election time. And his term's up. You can keep him in office, but that brings a lot of benefits because he gets more skilled, but you lose Republican tradition. And the more of that you lose, the more likely it is you'll have rebellion. But we'll keep him for now, because he's old anyway, he'll die soon. He's 57. Right, we'll call that diplomat. Okay, Siena. We're almost fabricated on you. Who else could we possibly ally with? I think we've pretty much exhausted here. Oh, Savoy kind of like me. Not enough for the Alliance, because we're allied to Milan, which is... So we could very much attack Siena. Provence will not get involved. Provence are the ally, they're over here. They won't attack me. I kind of want a better leader before I go to war. That'll do. 1, 2, 2, 1. That'll do very nicely. Get rid of that guy. Fire him. And who hates Siena? They hate Siena. So if we do a quick save here. When it decides to actually do that. Come on. It's because it is so CPU intensive. It's EU4. So this is why it's taking a while. It's taking an obnoxious length of time. There we go. Hopefully it won't take as long to save. No. Okay, so let's invade them. It's their time to die. Declare war? Yes, we're going to conquer Siena. Florence hate them, so they'll allow us military access, just as I wanted. Alright, we're good. We're going in. Gonna... Oh! Okay, so... They're moving their troops, we're moving ours. They're gonna reach Pisa first, so we don't want to get there on top of them, because we'll get penalties. Oh! They've met us in our homeland. Luckily we're the defenders, and their morale's lower than ours. So hopefully we'll manage to win this battle, but anyone's guess. But it's a close one. Oh, we won. We lost some navy, but we beat their army back. So the best thing to do now is press on and eliminate their army before it gets more morale. There we go. Crush them. I should have turned the speed down a bit there, because it all happened a bit fast. But if you send ships round to their port, the sea zone that their port's in, it blockades and should, yeah, the siege clock advances. So this is a likelihood of their fort surrendering. It's currently quite in negative because it's only in the early stages, but you can see every siege tick, which is this little bar here, every time that passes, see, a dice roll happens, and that chances of something good happening. Oh, hang on. Your eldest son is on trial for corruption and bribery, blah 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 blah. Withdraw from public life and lose all that stuff, or gain points. Well, gain points. So yeah, every 36 days we get one of these dice rolls, and the chances are there, and that weakens the resolve of the defenders. See, supplies shortage, which means they're more likely to surrender. And the more supplies shortages and stuff that happen to them, the more likely we are to win. You can see our war score here. 37% towards victory, but because they still hold it, it's ticking away from us and back towards them winning. Mantua has declared war on Ferrara. That's interesting. Mantua's here, Ferrara's here. So if we fabricate a claim on Ferrara, we could be opportunistic there and conquer them too. So we nearly conquered Siena. There we go. We have won the siege of Siena, which means we are victorious in the war, and we have conquered them. We'll take all their money and their province. They've got quite a lot of cash. A lot of cash indeed. Wow. That's amazing. Alright, so we'll take all that. Nothing else we can do. Yeah, so we'll take that. Bam! And they have to accept it because we got 100% war score. Alright, so now we've got 2 provinces. They're going to be a bit rebellious because we've just conquered them, so we'll keep our troops there for now. And also we want to make it a core province, which reduces our overextension. You can see here, if I find the right tab, stability, that one. Yeah, overextension. The more overextension you have, the more rebellious your people are. So we want to reduce that by making that a core province. Florence have cancelled the military access. Austria are annoyed because we conquered territory that was in the empire. We're gonna say, shut up. Florence is now a rival. They now consider us a rival. So we gain unrest, or we lose unrest, but they gain autonomy. And autonomy means that we get less tax. We'll do that one. We'll get the less tax for now, that's fine. Because it's quite a high base tax province. We can rival someone else, so we'll rival Florence. Ferrara and Florence are our rivals. So have we got our claim yet on Ferrara? No. The Papal State of Milan are still allied to us, so that's going to deter Florence from attacking, I hope. We're going to transport our ships, our men on our transport ships back to Lucca, I think. Because even though we got revolt risk in Siena, we've got a good chance of conquering Ferrara's province. I mean, I don't want to overextend too much at this stage, but we've got to take the opportunities when we can get them. Because we've expanded our territory, we can recruit another unit, I think. Yep, so we'll get another unit of knights. You can see we're already growing quite rapidly. The music in this game is awesome. So you can see the situation in the world. Brandenburg has actually gotten really big. That's unusual. And Teutonic Order usually gets stumped by Poland, has actually taken Polish provinces. Somehow. That's quite impressive. England, I assume they won their war with France because they haven't lost territory. And Aragon won the war, yeah. Aragon won their war with France and got Navarre as their vassal. England cancelled military access. Alright, cool, so we can now invade Ferrara. How many troops does Ferrara have? We can check here in the ledger. If we scroll down a bit, Ferrara 7,221, which means that we currently have just more than them. Oh, Milan would also join our war, so we're definitely going to do this. Alright, we're going in. Milan are going to back us up. And there we go, we've taken their army. Completely destroyed. Now it's going to be wiped out. Brilliant. And we're going to besiege their provinces. Hopefully... Oh no, Florence aren't going to attack us because they're at war with Burgundy. And actually, they've taken their troops out of Florence. Which means that we could actually attack them too. Did we just breach the walls on the first siege tick? Oh, we did. That's very rare. Ah, Siena's been caught, so we no longer get negatives to our tax rate in production. So I'm making more money from Siena, although it's still rebellious. We might want to increase autonomy. Possibly. But a lot of the unrest will go in 1460 when unlawful territory expires. Curse you, Austria, for that. I think if we conquer Ferrara, actually, we'll get the same thing again. So we might want to improve relations with Austria, because then they won't be as mad about it. We could also consider making Ferrara our vassal, rather than outright conquering them, because then you can annex them diplomatically. Alright, so cool, we've conquered them. Oh, Milan, you cheaty Pete's. They've just exited the war. Why? To fight someone else? Fight Burgundy. And we no longer have the troops required to fight them. To conquer the fort, so we'll have to train another 1,000 infantry. So they've got fort level 3, which means we need 9,000 troops to take it. It's multiplied by 3. There we go. We'll have to conquer that again, which is annoying. Silly Milan. At least they helped. This again. Let's do the same thing as last time. We're pretty close, I think, yeah, to getting admin tech level 4. This is some very early conquering. I didn't expect to be expanding so quickly. We'll keep our guy again. It's heavily impacting our Republican tradition, but I don't really care. I'm not a huge fan of republics, anyway, so I wouldn't mind if we change back to a kingdom. Ah, we've won. Brilliant. So now we can do with them what we will. We can make them our vassal. I think we will do that. And we'll take all their cash. yet again. They've got a lot of cash. Nah, yes, good. Brilliant. So we're going to do that, I think. Yeah, we'll make them a vassal. Alright, good. So they're now loyal to us. Good. We'll return to our home province. We need to pick a new rival. Papal States are still our ally, but they don't like us very much. Not sure why. Aggressive expansion? No. Oh, they want Ferrara, I see. I have aggressively expanded quite a lot. Nations don't like that. The more you have, the more likely they are to build a coalition against you. We don't want that. We're going to rival Mantua. They'll be easy pickings now. Florence, I think we could take them. But if we attack them, they'll call in Genoa and Mantua, whereas we'll get the Papal State. So that's 17,000 plus 8,000, 25,000 versus our 14,000. That's not good for us. We'll not do that. Alright, so we gained a tech level. We can now build temples. But we do need a rival. Another one, apparently, so we'll rival Genoa. We'll also build relations with Ferrara so we can eventually annex them. So that'll be very helpful, because we'll gain all their tax base with no unrest, which is ideal. So our rebellions are building. If this reaches 100, then we have a rebellion on our hands. We're not going to let it get to that stage, hopefully. Right, so we got military advance, awesome. Ferrara are building up their troops again, which is good, because they'll help us in wars. Which is why I kept them around, really. And so that I didn't get such a another unlawful territory penalty with the Emperor. So we've capped out relations with him, we'll withdraw it. Okay, so we got an option here to import naval supplies from Genoa, or to make them ourselves. We're getting 60 diplomatic power and some rep with Genoa, so we'll do that. I mean, we don't care about Genoa. Are they our rivals? Check. Yes. So we don't care about rep, but diplomatic power is always good, because we want that tech level. Alright, so we're now standing quite tall and mighty with our 9,000 troops. Florence have left themselves without an army, which is quite foolish. Because now 17,000 versus 17,000. Ah, plus 3,000 plus 2,000. So we have 22,000 against their 17,000. You know, I think we could do that. We could probably actually do that. So I'm gonna save here. And then I think actually I'm gonna end the episode and then invade them next time, because this has been quite a long one. I think? Yeah, it has. So if you enjoyed this video, I know it's kind of new to my channel, so this type of game, so if you enjoy, please definitely like, comment and subscribe, because it'll help a lot. And I will catch you for the next one. Goodbye.